Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Lillard versus Holt.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Mr. Lillard, you say you were forced to open this case after receiving a message last year from Ms. Holt's 20-year-old son, Delvin Holt. Ms. Holt, you say you have unsuccessfully tried for 20 years to get Mr. Lillard to accept responsibility for your son, Delvin, and today is the day he is finally going to accept the truth. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Lillard, tell me about your relationship with Ms. Holt. What do you remember? How did you meet?
Me and Miss Holt met back in 1997, summer school, high school. She'd go out to eat with my mom, I'd take her out to eat. I was in love with her. I cared about her. You know, I experienced a lot of things with Miss Holt. She was the first for a lot of experiences. And
Your first for a lot of experiences?
A lot of experiences.
A lot. Jerome said a lot.
A lot of experiences.
Seem very experienced
Some
to
I
me.
can't even say, but you know.
Seem very experienced
So
to me.
does that mean she was your first? You lost your virginity to Ms.
No, not quite. She was the first for some other things.
Well, Your Honor.
I'm scared to ask what other things.
She's the first woman I went downtown on.
Oh, my. Okay.
First woman experienced a lot of
Okay,
other
that's
things.
too much information.
But I'm just saying, I had a lot of admiration for her. But she was also my first heartbreak, first person I really experienced what pain was. So, you know, and you know, it's not been no back and forth fighting over the years. It's been a very cordial thing. But she made some mistakes that cost everybody a lot of pain right now, me and him.
Pain.
You know.
So,
To do with him.
Ms. Holt, tell me about the relationship. What do you remember?
We was in a good relationship. We really didn't have any problems. I love Darius. He know that. We did some things that we shouldn't have been doing at the time. And with those actions, we have Delvin now. So.
Okay.
So, Mr. Lillard, I could see your body language when Ms. Holt was testifying. What happened? Where did things go wrong?
Things were wrong when I caught her cheating.
Oh,
yes.
What happened?
Well, on this very sunny, bright day, Miss Holt just decided not to be at school. Wasn't in none of her classes. We usually meet up in class, hallways, whatever. She wasn't there. So, you know, hey, me being me, I know something's going wrong. So I tell you what, let me skip school myself. I left school, walked 2 miles to her family's home, knocked on their door, no answer.
It wasn't even
Look
like
through the
that.
peephole.
It wasn't even like that.
See shadows moving all around.
No.
Through the
no.
peephole?
Tiptoeing towards the door.
No.
So I parked myself on that concrete,
Your
sat
Honor.
Indian style for 4 or 5 hours till they had to come out.
It wasn't even in there that long, so you need to stop
Wait a
telling
minute,
stories
Miss
like
Holt, hold on now. This story is fascinating.
that.
So you sat there for 4 or 5 hours, Mr.
Sure did.
Lillard,
It was not that
waiting
long.
on Miss Holt to come out?
Come out. Somebody was
wasn't-
coming out, and I
it
knew it was
wasn't
gonna be
that
her and
long.
somebody.
So what happened when the door finally opened?
Door opens up. I see a fella that I end up knowing. Knew this guy. We ain't never had any issues.
did not.
He like, darn, he's shocked to see me. I'm shocked to see him. Like, darn, you know, he called out my name. I called his name.
We was gearing-
She's
Your
standing
Honor.
behind him, and she's mad
Your
because,
Honor.
yeah, you called. You wasn't
Your
expecting
Honor.
this. What is it to say?
So
That's
what
when our
does Miss
relationship
Holt
ended.
do?
That's when our relationship ended. She ain't had nothing to say. That's when I ended it.
Oh, you ended
Your
it right
Honor.
there.
I shut it down.
That's when the relationship ended, and that's fine.
So, Miss Holt,
Yes.
who was in the house with you?
That was just a friend. It's just a friend. We was not in there for no 4 hours. Matter of fact, it was like 10,
I left
15
second
minutes.
period. I left second period. That's early in the morning. I left second period.
No,
Second period is early in the morning.
no, it was not.
So you got third period, fourth period, lunchtime, fifth period, and sixth period.
You was
I
not
left.
even out there that long. I know you wasn't, because I wasn't even in the house that long.
So,
You was too busy. You wouldn't know.
You don't know. I wasn't busy doing nothing.
You wouldn't know.
Miss Holt, why did you finally open the door?
Because we was getting ready to leave out. It was time for for a family member to come home, so I knew that I had to leave, and I knew he was outside knocking on my door also.
But if you have a steady boyfriend, why are you leaving school with another boy and going to lock yourself in the house in the daytime and skipping school to spend time with him? I mean, this really doesn't make sense.
That's true. That's true, Your Honor.
And this is just me personally. But if I'm knocking on my boyfriend's door and I don't care if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 4 hours, we got a problem.
Yes,
Amen.
exactly.
Yep.
If the door doesn't open right away.
And I truly understand that.
Next thing you know,
but
she popped up pregnant.
I was pregnant, Your Honor. I was already pregnant before that even happened.
So after the door
But that
incident.
makes it even worse if you already pregnant and you go sleep with somebody else.
No, we was together. Thank you very
Lord.
much. And you know that we
this
was
is
having
mind-boggling.
unprotected sex, so therefore you cannot deny and say that.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So you're saying that shortly after this encounter at the house where she wouldn't open the door, she says, I'm pregnant.
There you go.
Do you remember the day
Yes,
she
Your Honor.
told you?
Honestly, no, I tried to block out my mind after that. I was
After
hurt.
that-
Like I
after
said,
that,
that
we
was
was
my
pretty
first
much-
time ever.
Oh, so you had the puppy love heartbreak over
Yes.
that.
That was my first time ever experiencing that.
Ah.
Out my
It was
mind.
crazy,
It was a wrap.
mad crazy.
I blocked out my mind, and I ain't never forgave her for it.
Darius was not present during any point of my pregnancy. He was not present any point of him being born. He was not there at all.
Nope.
But after Delvin was born, did you let him know?
I did let him know.
What was his response?
Of course, he still was upset in his feelings, so therefore he was like denying him. He's not mine. Darius knows that Delvin is his child.
So I want to hear from Delvin now. Delvin, what do you know about Mr. Lillard? There's a lot of conversation about what was going on before you were born. What do you know about him?
Your Honor, my mom has always told me he was my father, and I just basically came here to let him know I don't need a father, but I just really want to come to find out if he is so I can have closure, me and my mama, so.
But
And they look
Your Honor?
just alike. I mean, you can tell on the pictures, they look just alike. It's not a secret.
So what has this denial felt like?
Your Honor, it really it hurt me a little bit. Any kid needs a father, you feel me? A boy at that, so it was painful to know he didn't want to deal with me or nothing like that, but it brushed off growing up.
Because I made sure that I did a great job
Yeah.
as a woman, as his mother and father, to take care of him.
Your Honor, but I also, one of my other kids, who I had a DNA test with, after she
And
called
they
me
look
years
just
later,
alike.
she asked me, could I do this? Well, I'm
they
already
look
in the
just
system.
alike.
Go down there, take him down there, and have him
crazy.
tested. We did.
They
We
look
did,
just
Your Honor.
alike, Your Honor.
We did, and I got a paper saying that I could be excluded as his father.
Really? Do you remember this occasion with this DNA test?
I remember going down there and taking a DNA, me and Delvin going out to take a DNA. I don't know if he showed up or not. I never received anything. When I called down there, they had no records of him going down there to take a DNA for him.
Mr. Lillard, did
Now
you
that-
sign off on this?
Now, that is the strange part. When I called them to get the paperwork to show that I done this already,
Where is it at?
there was nothing in the system.
But you did receive a result, you
I
said.
received the result. That's the only thing I received.
And what did that paperwork look like?
Result is.
Had all of the numbers and all the matches, all that stuff, and down at the bottom and read Darius J. Lillard could be excluded as the father. Because I've had 4 of them done. So I trust me, I know.
Now, are you sure that wasn't a result from maybe the other case?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Trust me. I've had 4 of them done. If there's any kind of discrepancy with any woman I sleep with, I ain't worried about no child. But go on down there. Come on, let's go. Ain't no shame in my game. I'd rather know our child is mine now than later.
And so, as you prepared for your court case today, I mean, this is critical evidence. Did you contact the court or attempt to get copies of that paperwork so you could bring them to court?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I
What did they tell you?
There was not, my name was under this case. My name was under it, but there was no information. There was somebody else under there. So somebody else was tested. So there we go. Now we know of 2 other people.
Wait a minute, somebody else?
The guy that I caught her with, he's not even listed under there. But there was somebody else's name under that same file as mine.
So
that's 2 people now. Now that's 2 people other than me. So that's 3 people total that I know she's been with. So, I mean, you tell me do the math.
What?
You do the math.
What are you talking about?
So hold on. Miss Holt, did you test another man?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I did. I had another guy tested, and he
Well-
was not the father. And that was because I was dealing with him before me and Darius had got together, so it wasn't his.
Did you ever tell Mr. Lillard you tested another man as well?
Yes, I did. So he
I don't
was.
recall- I don't
he
recall
was.
it.
Yes,
I would
yes, I
remember
did.
it.
So
I don't
he
recall
was
that.
aware. Yes, I
recall
did.
that.
He knew
My
it.
name was under there too. I thought they might have mixed both. That's got to be my test. Maybe he ain't took one, because I know what I got in the mail.
Where's the results?
Clerical errors can be made.
Where's the results?
So, Miss Holt, did you ever test the guy that was in the house that day?
We didn't do anything, so there was no need to test him.
And you never had a sexual relationship with that person?
No. No, Your Honor.
Sex education was more important than regular education at the time.
For you too, also.
We kept a relationship going over the years, off and on, here and there. I go over there.
When was the last time we had sex, Darius?
It would have been last night if you'd have told, I went to you. Yeah, it would have been last night. But
Come on. But I didn't want to come over there.
my focus is on this young man and me. Me having closure and this young man having closure. If I thought more
Honey, I
about
don't want
sex
you.
education, she would have
So
been my
wait, you
roommate.
almost
want
ended up having sex last night?
No, we
If
did
it was not about this young man
He
and me,
wanted to come over, but I didn't want that.
she just can't tell the truth, just period, point blank.
Really? What do I need to tell the truth to you for? Who are you? Like, you're nothing. You're nothing but Delvin's daddy.
But, Mr. Lillard, I need to ask you this. I can understand we've all experienced the puppy love that went wrong, and that first breakup, you just feel like you're not going to get over it, and it seems like you haven't. But I need to say, do you really truly believe you are not Delvin's biological father, or are you just still so hurt because this was your first big love that it's a way to punish her, to never believe her? It's a way to punish her, to never buy in that this is your son?
You know what? The pressure, I really want to ignore it because I feel like I have enough to ignore it. That's not it. If I'm his father, I want to know. If I never got the paper back then, I left it alone. I got that paper. I ain't crazy. Just a lot that's been going on 20 years. And it's not my fault.
All right.
He's paying
And it's
for it,
not
I'm
my
paying
fault,
for
and
it.
it's not my
At
fault
the end of the day. And that's why I'm here, because this young man deserves it. That's why I did it.
All right. So, Mr. Holt, Delvin, what are you hoping for today?
Your Honor, of course I want to know if he's my father. It'll be good if he is. But at this moment, it's just like, I just want closure.
You just want to know.
Yeah, I just
No,
want to
there's
know.
a lot of
Your
time
Honor, that's
gone.
it.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
Years.
All right. It has been a lot of time.
Yes.
And I feel like it's time for us to get the results. Jerome? Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lillard versus Holt, when it comes to 20-year-old Delvin Holt, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Lillard, you are not the father.
Okay, baby. It's cool. Darius, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for putting you through that. I really am. Sorry.
Ms. Holt,
Yes.
I want you to understand, and I hope this moment has proven to you that your son's gonna stand by your side regardless.
Yes.
And I say this to say, it's time for you to be honest.
I believe that there is.
Well, that's not it though. See, listen, that's what I talk about. DNA, it don't deal in hopes, prayers, bet my bottom dollar, swear on my so-and-so's life. The DNA don't deal in that.
It wasn't like that. I wasn't just out here just doing everybody. I wasn't doing.
But you don't know who his father is. So Mr. Lillard's not the father, and the man you previously had tested that's on the file is not the father. So there is a third.
Right.
So you are dealing with I'm not projecting shame on you.
Right.
What I am trying to do is unleash you from the shame.
I understand.
Because you holding yourself back from being free of this. There was a man that made this baby with you, and that is his father.
Right.
And that's who we're trying to find. That's all. For him.
We will.
Good. And if you got a name, let's get it done. And we'll be here when you need us. I wish you all the very best, Dr. Jeff.
Thank you
is
so
waiting
much.
For you.
Thank you.
Court is adjourned.